Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're doing really well. My name's HUMNA and this is a space where I share about art, healing and spirituality. Today I was inspired by the Surah 6 and ayaat 71-72. This is about getting lost in the worldly distractions. As the title says, world has a way to distract you from the path of light. So I'm going to read the download that I've received for today. God's guidance is the only guidance, and we have been ordered to submit to the Lord of all realms and to perform the prayer and to be mindful of Him. Before Him, you will all be gathered. He who created the entire realm of life, so we could always be connected to His love and His mercy. Become mindful of who He is, guides us. He guides us. We need to ask ourselves when He says He guides us, is that not enough for us to believe in that guidance? Qur'an was revealed through the heart of the Prophet ﷺ. The heart received the intuition to share the words of Allah so clearly to us. So then, is that not a sign that a believer's heart will never need to question? Will never need to question its master's voice or doubt how the master chooses to speak to the believer? Hearing the Qur'an means healing. Allah is in our heart. Means hearing Allah is in our heart. And only the heart that is empty of this world can receive and hold the light within it to spread it furthermore. It is the need of the believer to trust their intuition, for it is through the intuition God speaks to us. And we become more mindful of the seen and the unseen, for that is what will get us ready for our meeting with Him, inshallah. Now, of course, you can go and look up Surah 6 and ayat 71-72. They speak about how He is guiding us, and yet we are so distracted and lost in the worldly attachments. And you know what's really heartwarming is that He is saying that He is guiding us. And the Master, the Malik, the Khalik, the Razik, the Rahman, the Rahim, the Ghafar, the Ghafoor. He is telling us that He guides us. He openly tells us that He is the one guiding us, and yet that is not enough a statement for us to believe in His guidance, for we think guidance is going to come from a Maulvi or somebody who is looking religious or something that is, Allah type places or people, and we think guidance is going to come to us from limited sources because Allah will only speak to us through people who do wuzu and wear a hijab and have a beard. That's not how Allah works. Allah can connect to us and guide us through spaces and places and people and ways that are limitless. So you could receive a video, you could get a song, you could see a quote, you can see an ad, you can see a person, a stranger could say something to you and it can hit you in your heart, and it would be exactly what you needed to hear. And so when Allah speaks to us, if we have a limited understanding of receiving His messages, then we're only going to receive Allah's message through just whatever, we are open to receiving it from. So for example, you have one phone line in your house and you just think that's the call, that's the phone that's always going to ring, and that's the only one. If I have a problem, I just call this one and I'll have all my problems solved, and this is the connection to God. All other phones, all other ways of communication with outside world are all like not. going to respond. And it doesn't work like that. Connecting to Allah opens you to look at everything in the world as something that He created so that He could reach you through that, through the air, through the fire, through the grains of sand on earth, through the waves, through your friends, through your loved ones, through your enemies. I mean, He can reach you through that, what He chooses to, not for you and me, but we have to be, on our part, we need to be open to receiving His message and recognizing that He Himself is saying that He's guiding us. And so if He's guiding us, He is going to guide us where and to whom? Towards Him, right? So when we are open to receiving His love, then we are opening ourselves to receiving that love from everywhere and anywhere, not just through one person or one career or one job or one way of living, right? Just because you would be born in Pakistan or lived in Middle East and wearing a hijab, that's the only way Allah's going to love me, because these are the only countries that, where I can be loved, because Allah will love me because I live there. That's just so that Allah doesn't love people who live in England or Mexico or New Zealand. Or did Allah not create New Zealand? Did Allah not create Mexico? Why are we discriminating towards where Allah will be? Because Allah is everywhere. The whole universe, the whole world belongs to Him. He's the creator of all that exists. And so He can speak to us through anything and everything, right? So when we are open to that idea and we don't get distracted by the worldly attachments, we see them rather as things that have a bigger purpose, a way that Allah is trying to speak to us, then those distractions automatically lose their power over you and they become a way of Allah connecting to you, right? What's so beautiful is that He Himself says He's guiding us. And we as believers want more proof that, hang on, I need more proof that the story of Yusuf alayhi salam would have any kind of benefit for me. Like, you need proof. You need proof from Allah. And it makes your mind boggle, like, how and where do you think even that you get this idea that you can ask for proof from Allah when He's saying, I am the one guiding you, I am the one who's written this book, I am the one sending it through the Prophet ﷺ. How do we doubt His intuition? Because the whole book, the whole narration of Qur'an came through His intuition, through His heart. And are we doubting intuition? And that's the whole thing, that people have been suppressing their intuition because ilham, as they call it, is because you can't get anything good, like you're not that pure, or you're not that good, or you're not that connected to Allah. So and so does these many namazes, and they pray that many times, and they do hajj that many times, they're so well covered, and they're all morally doing all the right things. Hang on a minute, who are you or me to decide who is good in front of Allah and who is not good? Right? And so when we focus on connecting to our intuition, when we tune into our intuition and we give ourselves the space and time to tune into the intuition that is pure, that is coming from God, intuition will always take you on a path that might be uncomfortable, but it will always take you to peace. Your intuition will always guide you towards peace, because peace is what comes from God. Anything and everything that gives you peace is guided, will come to you through your intuition. And intuition is something that not only helps you to connect to the unseen world, intuition is also that what connects to your intellect and helps you make wise decisions, not only based on your knowledge and intellect, but also on your intuition and the unseen, to understand that there is a greater being that is in control and the one who is guiding you. You alone cannot live this life without his guidance, without his support, without his love and mercy. You cannot exist even without him wanting or needing you to be existing. And so when you truly really get that, you don't attach yourself to things. You don't attach to the world as like, oh, this is it. No, there is more to this than what we are seeing. And when Allah is saying that I'm the one guiding you, and when he's saying that the Qur'an was revealed to the Prophet, he's guiding us and telling us, listen to your intuition, connect with your soul, be able to hear your heart. For it is through the heart he speaks to us. And the moment you connect to Allah, you have strength in your heart and clarity in your being. You do not get distracted from the path of light because you have a direct connection with Allah. Every single human being has a direct connection with Allah through their heart. The only problem is we haven't made our heart a priority, and we have been taught and told to lower the volume of our intuition and increase the volume of our ego and focus on that what is good for the world, earn the right amount of money, be married to, you could be not happy but stay in that marriage because it looks good as in the world. And if you fall apart, if your marriage breaks, your whole reputation will crash. This job that you do which gives you so much money and no peace, but stay there because that's what you're meant to be doing. Like all of these things, these are distractions because they are taking your peace away. And when your peace is taken away, your heart is darkened with darkness. It's black. Your intuition, your connection to your Creator is what helps to bring more light in your being. The more you connect to your light, the more you are in tune with your intuition, the more you gain clarity on what steps to take in this world. You see, because of whatever our past was, our ancestors had to go through a certain journey to give birth to us. And in this time, in this collective, as humanity is increasing its consciousness and connection to the Creator, no matter what language you speak and no matter what religion you belong to, it doesn't matter. What is really happening is that we have been running after things and people and relationships which are hugely unsatisfying. We have allowed and tolerated abuse, at times knowingly and at times unknowingly. We have attracted abuse in our life because that's what we thought we were deserving of. Allah is saying to us, the whole book of Qur'an was revealed to the Prophet for you and me to stay on track through intuition. So can you imagine what is he trying to tell you? That when you tap into your intuition, he is the one who's going to guide you. He is the one who is going to show you the path. You see, Quran, the whole book, of course, is from Allah. But also the whole act of revelation was done so that you and I could understand that we in ourselves have the power to connect to Allah through our hearts. When we purify our heart, we are able to hear Him. We are able to connect to Him. And that's where the whole magic happens. When you start tuning into your intuition, when you start living life through that what your soul is guiding, your heart is guiding, you automatically bring balance into your life. Peace surrounds you, not only inside you but also around you. The intuition has a way to take you on paths that your mind will say, oh, this is so uncomfortable, right? This is so like this is not like what everybody does, but hear me out. Aren't here to do that what everybody is doing. That is the distraction. You are here to experience life that was gifted to you for your specific soul. You did not come here to be a photocopy of anybody. You did not come here to be a sheep. You see, when you think of yourself as a follower or a sheep, what you're truly doing, and you're not connected to your intuition, what you're truly doing is you are just you're disrespecting God. You're disrespecting God and God's creativity by saying, I just want to be like everybody else, but you're not. You weren't created to be like everybody else. And so the more you enjoy being yourself, the more you connect to your intuition, the more confidence you will get in your own self, because that's why God created you different, is because he didn't want you to be a photocopy of your ancestors or your future generation. He wants you to be you. So when you start valuing yourself as a creation of Allah, connecting yourself through your heart to him, automatically you will unlock the doors to your peace. And that's where Allah wants us to be. Through Qur'an, he guides us to stay on our path. Now we have to understand the whole Qur'an was narrated, revealed to the Prophet in his heart, right? And you and me, he did not say that light is the light that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had was the light that was purely from God. He said in Surah Nur, he says the light within your heart that's him. His essence is in you. And so when you really, really go deep into that, what he's saying to you is that you and I are connected to each other. So come to me, turn to me, speak to me, spend time with me, make me your priority, and let me take away all your worries and remove all the distractions, so that you have a life of peace, a life of love, a life of having light around you, so that you can see the path. You see, when you read the title, it says world has a way to distract you from the path of light. When there is light on a path, meaning when there is Quran in your heart, when you are connected to your intuition with your Allah, you automatically will not get distracted from your path, because you have light with you, you have the source with you, you have the love of the creator with you. Your intuition is the connection that he wants you to build on. If you feel like you want to go deeper and tune more into your intuition, I do sessions through my weekly sessions that are you can come and join through Zoom, which happen on Friday 11 a.m. UK time, where you can come and you can tune into creating an artwork with me inspired by the names of Allah and the Quranic ayat. And what that does is it really gives you a voice. It really grounds you. It makes you mindful, present, and you bit by bit you break the chains that you have been trapped in, the cage that you've been blocked in, and you feel so free, because you start becoming that what you are originally created by Allah. And if you feel you need any kind of spiritual guidance for your heart and clarity of your mind, you can message me for a one-to-one. And also, if you want to start living a life aligned with your purpose and channel into your creativity, you can go onto my Patreon and have all the access to all my recorded sessions, because they are the ones that have completely shifted my life, and I'm sharing them regularly on there, so that you too can become your own healer and find your path to light, and and not be distracted. Because when you do them on regular terms, as a commitment in your own time, because they're all available there, you truly shift in ways that you just have to experience it. I don't think words can ever do justice. And I struggle with when I have to speak about my sessions, because they're so real, they're so raw, they're so potent and effective, that when you attend them, you know what they mean, but putting words to them almost takes away the because there are no words to explain what one feels being connected and getting closer to Allah through art. It's quite a magical journey. So anyway, if that feels like something that you want to try and experience, you're most welcome to check out the links below in the description box and contact me, and I'll share all the details possible that I can to help you and assist you on your path towards your light in your heart. I'm sending you lots of love, light and peace, everyone. And if you enjoy what you've just heard and you feel it can benefit others, please share, like and subscribe to my channel for such content. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in my next video, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.